Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
We've got a severe threat, potential flooding, and record heat all within the next 48 hours. We'll run it down for you coming up.
All right, Ben, also breaking right now, the union says no deal. Brand new information into where negotiations stand between the UAW and General Motors as the strike hits day 16.
And if the city didn't tear it down, then who did? Detroit police ordered to start a criminal investigation to find out who demolished a home owned by a state lawmaker. Thanks for being with us for the news at 5 here. State Rep Sherry Gay Danyogo appeared at today's city council meeting demanding answers.
Surrounds this. Look at live pictures of what is now a vacant lot on Minnock Street in Detroit. There used to be a home right here. The city says it didn't tear the house down. Let's get to Paula Tutman. A criminal investigation now underway. Paula, a very strange case.
It is very strange. It's also a story that's gone national. We were there Friday when police started their investigation, and even they were scratching their heads.
That's fine.
State Representative Sherry Gay Danyogo says if it can happen to her, it can happen to anyone. Her nonprofit purchased a land bank home for $1,000.
You have a lot of rotten wood, you have termites, you have a number of things that people don't see with their naked eye.
This is what the house originally looked like. So the state rep's nonprofit team sank $42,000 into it and counting. New siding, windows, doors, visible improvements, so it could be given away at Christmas to a deserving family. Except much to her surprise, 2 Fridays ago, the house on Minnock on Detroit's west side was demolished. And she didn't find out for more than a week.
I've reached out to the utility companies. I've met with the Detroit police officers. I've talked to the mayor, and who said that they will certainly make this right. But more than making it right for me as an individual, making it right for that family that didn't get an opportunity to get a house at Christmas time. And there never is a willingness, seemingly, to give those who have been hit, the hardest hit by this housing crisis, some resources to ensure that we don't have more blight. Let's prevent blight on the front end.
That's right.
As opposed to paying people to have contracts to demolish these houses on the back end. We need somebody to champion something for poor people.
Today, the question is who demolished the house and why? And now that mystery has turned into a criminal matter. The house wasn't even on the city of Detroit's radar for demolishing, according to the mayor's office. No proper permits were pulled prior to the demolition. No one has come forward to say oops. And so right now, there is a criminal investigation on why the house was illegally wiped off the planet.
It is my understanding in communicating with the Detroit Police Department that it has been classified as a criminal investigation, and I believe the Detroit Law Department went on record during City Council to state that as well.
And apparently, heck hath no fury as a state rep with a house torn down, because I want you to take a look at this. I just got a few moments ago an advanced look at a resolution draft in which the Detroit chair, she's the chair of the Detroit caucus, basically asks the state for more oversight and transparency in the demolition program in Detroit. She talks about more than $258 million allocated for the federal hardest hit fund. She's questioning how it's being used, why it's being used. By the way, she is saying that she's personally offering $1,000 for anybody who can come up with information on who tore down this house. But when you take a look at this resolution, it looks like this ain't over yet. Guys?
Yeah, because it's bizarre that nobody knows anything. Yeah. All right, Paula.
All right, now let's get to the breaking developments in the UAW strike on General Motors. The union shedding some light into an offer from GM last night. The union says GM submitted a comprehensive proposal about 9:40 last evening. That offer was rejected, with the union saying it fell short on health care, on wages, and on that vexing issue of temporary employees. UAW negotiators say they submitted a counterproposal. That was this morning, and they are still waiting on GM's response. Today marks day 16 of the strike. New developments just as soon as they come in here on the air and online at Click on Detroit.
All right. Well, welcome to October in Detroit.
Is that what this is?
It is. It doesn't feel like it, but right now
Goodness.
it's 88 degrees downtown. We've hit the record for the hottest 1st of October. That's on record.
As been promised, we would have a chance to do, but not going to stay this warm for very long, Ben.
No, and the heat and humidity is definitely having a backlash as far as the severe threat goes, because we've been upgraded here in the north zone to a slight risk. That's the yellow color. Areas from there to the city under a marginal risk. So far, we don't have any warnings out currently, but notice where the wet weather is going. It's pretty much staying north of 69, but it just keeps going over the same spots over and over again. And these showers are starting to add up. We've already had over 1.5 inches in some spots in Sanilac County. This is why a flood watch is in effect here. Genesee, Lapeer, Sanilac County. This is through Wednesday afternoon, so these areas of rain are going to continue to pile up over the next coming days. 3 main stories we're watching: the severe risk tonight, damaging wind and hail possible at least through midnight. We'll talk more about that. Heavy rain, more than 2 inches by the time we're done with Thursday, and of course the big cool down on the other side of the heat. Wait till you see this 4-zone forecast in just a few minutes, guys.
All right, Ben. Our other top story at this hour: a Warren man charged with murdering the mother of his child.
And police say it was because of a dispute over sex. Marcus McLean appeared in court this afternoon to be formally charged with 1 count of second-degree murder. Our Larry Spruill was in the courtroom for today's arraignment and joins us live with more. Larry.
Kimberly and Devin, the details of this case are very graphic and very disturbing. Now, police did give an account of what happened inside the courtroom today. Now, we do know that the two were in a relationship and they have a 7-year-old child. Both of the family members of the victim and the suspects were inside the courtroom. I spoke with the father of the suspect. He tells me he's just sorry that this all happened.
We're requesting 1 count of homicide, murder in second degree, and 1 count of weapons, felony, firearm.
For the first time, 34-year-old Marcus McLean heard the charges he's now facing. Warren police went into graphic details to the court about what happened the night of September 29th around 2:59 in the morning.
Upon arrival, officers located Derica Blessed inside the residence. Blessed had sustained a fatal gunshot wound to her head. Through investigation and a post-Miranda interview, it was learned that Marcus McLean and Derica Blessed had met at 11257 Studebaker for the purposes of sex. While in the bedroom, an argument ensued between the two. Mr. McLean grabbed his .40 caliber pistol from a nearby dresser, pressed it against Blessed's head. The firearm discharged and caused the death of Derica Blessed.
McLean broke down in tears. Police say the two were in a relationship and have a 7-year-old child.
Based on the nature of the crime, the possible penalty, and all the circumstances, the court is going to set no bond.
And he is due back in court October 15th. If convicted of the murder charge, he could face life in prison. We're live in Warren tonight. Larry Spruill, Local 4.
All right, Larry, thanks.
Governor Whitmer may have signed the state budget last night. No government shutdown, but make no mistake, the battle in Lansing is far from over. The governor used her line item veto 147 times to remake the budget and slash nearly $1 billion in spending. And now she's slamming Republicans for not being serious about solving the state's problems. We bring in Rod Maloney, who is in Lansing tonight. And Rod, Republicans now firing back against that.
Well, it's been an interesting day, Devin, because it all really boils down to this: 45 cents a gallon in a gasoline tax. Now, the legislature thought that they were rid of this as an issue. The governor says she needs $2.5 billion in the next 10 years to fix the roads. And so that's where we stand tonight.
The legislature put $400 million for roads in the budget and drew cash from other departments to do it.
They've created crises in other parts of state government in order to have a talking point.
The governor wanted no road funding in the budget.
This one-time $400 million that fixes 4 bridges and 39 miles is not serious. It's dangerously unserious.
Still, legislative leadership agreed with the governor to work on a budget now in order to do a roads fix later. House Speaker Lee Chatfield says when the governor saw the road funding,
we were negotiating back and forth, and after she wasn't getting her way, she stepped away. And it's difficult to negotiate with someone who keeps changing their mind. That was simply made, was proof yesterday when you saw that she vetoed record funding to roads simply because it wasn't through her 45-cent gas tax hike.
It's complete and utter balderdash. The fact of the matter is, when we sat down to have a conversation around the budget, they came with ultimatums. That's not a negotiation.
So with the line item vetoes, roads get set aside. The governor takes from other departments to fill in other budget holes, and now there's $1 billion to spend.
She received that through cutting services to roads, cutting services to public schools, cutting services for our veterans, cutting services for our children with autism. And I think it's wrong to use our kids as political pawns in this process.
It gets us back to the table so that we can negotiate how we are going to prioritize spending within these departments.
So you're probably wondering what got cut by the vetoes. Well, $400 million in roads, obviously, but $234 million in the Health and Human Services Department budget, $128 million in the school aid budget. That's about $700 million of all of that. A lot of other cuts that have caused consternation in a lot of different groups, including the MEA, the Michigan Education Association. The governor says she wants to sit down and talk with leadership come Thursday. We'll see what happens. Reporting live in Lansing, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
We sure will. All right, Rod, and speaking of those cuts, we are also going to have a story coming up a little later on at 5:30 with Jason Colthorpe about the Pure Michigan campaign, which was also being cut. More on that coming up. The Michigan ban on flavored electronic cigarettes is set to begin tomorrow.
But at this hour, we are still awaiting a judge's decision on a challenge to that ban. Dr. Frank McGeorge is here with the latest on that story. Doc?
Well, Devin and Kimberly, the hearing actually began late this afternoon in a Petoskey courtroom on the eve of this emergency ban taking effect. Now, here's the situation. A vape store owner is asking for an injunction that would allow him and others to continue to sell products that had flavored vaping. He claims that the emergency rule went around Michigan's typical regulatory process. Now, Governor Gretchen Whitmer was the first governor to announce a ban on flavored vaping products after vaping-related lung illnesses began to be reported. We're going to continue to monitor the courtroom, and we'll let you know what the judge decides. But to say, this is probably not the last word on this ban.
Big safety concerns and big elevator issues inside the historic Penobscot building here in downtown Detroit. Now, because of our report, city inspectors move in. We're live right after the break.
Okay, Hank, and a heartwarming surprise at a local gym ahead. See the incredible gift that left this man in shock and why his story is inspiring so many people to conquer their own challenges.
But first, heartbreak and relief in a Dallas courtroom as a jury reaches a verdict in the trial of a former police officer charged with murdering a neighbor.